Just a way to critique culture, but in a way that's often comedic.
Any piece of cultural information that has been propagated from person to person.
It's a way for people to communicate or to bond over laughing about something.
If you still don't know what we're talking about yet, we're talking about memes. Yup, their persisting presence have built a culture with a variety of topics that cover
politics, social issues, like issues in your everyday lives, dark humor.
But they're also not completely unique to our generation. Historically, they display similar dynamics and parallels to neo-Dadaism.
It's a movement where you put like a public toilet, like a toilet, as a drinking fountain, or you do things like absurdly, and you put things out of context and out of place. And it emerges in Europe at a time when the Europeans are questioning the institution of monarchy, and they're questioning why they thought that nobility was normal and good, and they're deeply questioning why was the church maybe complicit in some of these institutions when it led to the horrors of World War I. We really live in a continuity of this broader movement where we're questioning institutions.
They've kind of strived for the darker side of us since quite a couple of years ago. Things have been going downhill, at least in our perception, and memes kind of reflect that. So in a way, it's kind of a releasing of our frustrations. It's humor. It's terror disguised as humor.
Besides being coping mechanisms for the social discontent about the reality of our sad state of affairs, they, in a bigger picture, just serve as social commentary to represent a viewpoint.
The bromance memes between Obama and Biden can also be supportive of leadership.
There's a big meme about, Kanye West running in 2020, right?
Right.
And I've seen polls amongst kids who so that if Kanye West ran, he would win.
I've seen memes like for teachers. I think Liam Neeson, I forget, in some movie, posing and threatening, if you cheat in my class, I will find you. I will hunt you down and find you, or something like that. So again, it's a very visual way. I could just walk past his door and say, oh, he takes cheating seriously, and he's going to be sarcastic if you try to mess with him.
So memes can help advocate or enforce a message being sent across. But why are these mediums specifically so popular and successful? Why are they becoming viral?
The point is to be edgy and kind of, provocative. Oh my god, it's just for shock value.
The more compact a message is, the easier it can be shared.
They do pass on through people, and they spread really quickly. Grumpy Cat, for example, it was just an image, but someone hijacked the image and they started adding weird words or whatever in text, and that's what makes internet memes very cool, because you're changing it.
Since it is passed around, people can gravitate to those, and then once there are people centered around something, those people can they can interact more.
Generations are marked by cultural change. The onset of the internet has led to online shopping, online education, online entertainment. It's literally its own world. Well, a virtual world. But the human desire to be understood, to be able to relate, still hasn't changed. That's why the meme renaissance is thriving. The digital interaction has led to online communities.
With the internet, everything is just so spread out now that people can always find their own niche.
It's kind of, I guess, a large gathering of people, but not really, because it's spread through the internet. I guess it's a gathering of ideas and adding on new ideas and altering a concept.
People talk about watching the same TV show 20 years ago, or all listening to the same radio program 60, 70 years ago, and now they could all be laughing about the same meme.
People can reference memes here and there during conversation, or quotes that were basically memeified, if that's even a word.
It is a collective inside joke, which again can bring people together, but it can also alienate a lot of people, because it's I don't get it and it's messed up. Why are you guys laughing at this?
But there are dangers in these communities, like Isabella hints at, especially when laughing about messed up jokes.
They're very powerful, they're very short, but there's also something said for knowing the nuances of things, and memes don't allow for that.
Once a group, especially a political one, can take a hold of memes, it could basically improve their image or ruin their image. The whole Pepe the Frog meme, that was just basically in my opinion, at least ruined or a bit demonetized by the media after it was used by some alt-right trolls.
A lot of the, I guess I'd say, more experienced internet users, primarily those on 4chan, they used it as a reaction image. They just put it everywhere. they gave it a name, and suddenly it's relevant, and now it's some political force. It's very strange.
I think there is a potential for loss if the movement is only about tearing down.
Dank usually means like, oh, they're high quality, or they're actually funny, or again, they're surreal or strange. And to do that, they use a lot of methods of, using things that you might not usually expect in a meme, using tragic events and making it humorous.
I think that memes are more of a symptom of a problem than a cause of it. I think that it does have a lot of negative consequences just on, just our society in general. Holocaust denial has become a meme. 9/11 memes on, r/Dank memes and stuff. I don't find them shocking just because I've seen so many of them. Wouldn't be surprised if, someone on Reddit, saw the meme surrounding, the Parkland shooting and was like, hey, this is super funny. I'm gonna, shoot up the school or whatever. Gun has a subreddit. I forget what it was, but they, joke about the suicides there. And it also, I think, draws attention to the suicides in, the wrong way, to which it might, compel students to commit suicide. Also just here to radicalize kids into supporting far-right ideologies because they see that as that's what all the cool kids on Reddit are doing. Integrating within meme culture, I think that you'll also get just exposed to a lot of fake and misleading news as a result.
The meme culture has no leaders, no organizers. Anyone and everyone can be a contributor, and that's how the culture sustains itself, through mass distribution on the internet, which is way cheaper than producing art during neo-Dadaism. Meme culture has become so integrated into our reality that it's affected how we crack jokes. We reference them in social situations and conversations as punchlines, and have developed dark senses of humor to laugh at the tragedy and absurdity through criticism. Meme culture has created communities that become powerful groups by appealing to and reinforcing this dark humor, adopting symbols such as Pepe the Frog that develop into dank and surreal memes to enforce political ideologies. An unrealized side effect to all this meme consumption is that our generation has been infected virally, with sick humor and sick memes.